Life is a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Some days, it feels easy to move forward, but other times, progress seems impossible. You wake up with big dreams, but distractions, fear, and fatigue pull you back. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, then next month. Before you know it, you're stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing has changed. Sound familiar? But what if there was a way to make progress every single day, no matter what? What if, instead of waiting for motivation to strike, you created it? Imagine waking up every morning with a clear purpose, knowing that even small steps will bring you closer to the life you want. It's not about making giant leaps overnight. It's about consistency, about choosing progress over perfection. Think about the most successful people you admire. They weren't born with unlimited motivation. They struggled, failed, and questioned themselves, just like you. But they found a way to push through, even on their worst days. They didn't rely on willpower alone. They built habits, developed discipline, and learned how to keep going even when things got tough. So, what's stopping you? Is it fear of failure? Lack of time? The feeling that you're not good enough? Whatever it is, today is the day to break free from it. Because progress isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the most of the moments you have. And by the end of this speech, you'll know exactly how to do that. Are you ready to take control of your life and start making real progress every single day? Let's begin. Backslash. Think about the last time you set a goal for yourself. Maybe it was to wake up earlier, start working out, or finally begin that project you've been putting off. At first, you felt excited, motivated, unstoppable. But then reality hit. The alarm rang, and you hit snooze. The gym felt too far, too tiring. The project, it suddenly seemed overwhelming. And just like that, the progress you wanted slipped through your fingers. Why does this happen? Why do we start strong but struggle to keep going? It's not because we're lazy or incapable. It's because our minds are wired to seek comfort. The moment things get hard, our brain tells us to stop, to wait for a better time, to stay in the familiar. But the truth is, if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. Now, imagine someone standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at the ocean below. They want to jump, but fear grips them. What if I fall? What if the water is too cold? What if I'm not ready? The thoughts swirl in their head, keeping them frozen in place. But deep down they know, if they don't jump, they'll never know what's on the other side of fear. This is where most people get stuck, not because they lack talent or ambition, but because they let fear win. Fear of failing, fear of looking foolish, fear of the unknown. But what if, instead of fearing failure, you started fearing standing still? What if the real risk wasn't falling, but never taking a step at all? The moment you shift your mindset, everything changes. But how do you take that first step? How do you push forward when everything inside you wants to stop? The real struggle isn't knowing what to do, it's actually doing it. You already know that taking action is the key to progress, yet something holds you back. Maybe it's the weight of past failures whispering that you'll never change. Maybe it's the comfort of routine, keeping you stuck in the same cycle. Or maybe it's the voice in your head saying, "What's the point? It won't make a difference anyway." And that voice, it's powerful. It convinces you that skipping one workout won't hurt, that putting off your goals for another day is fine. But one day turns into two, then a week, then a month. Before you know it, you're back where you started, frustrated and disappointed. Not because you aren't capable, but because you let doubt take control. Now, imagine two versions of yourself standing in front of you. One is the person you are today, stuck, unsure, hesitating. The other is who you could become, the one who showed up every day, pushed through the hard moments, and refused to quit. That version of you is stronger, more confident, more in control. The only thing separating you from that future, the choices you make right now. But here's the catch. Progress isn't instant. It's slow, frustrating, and full of setbacks. You'll have days where you feel unstoppable and others where you want to give up completely. This is the moment where most people turn back. They're about to break through. It's choosing action over excuses, even when progress feels invisible. But right now, you're standing at a crossroads. One path is easy. It's the one you've always taken. The path of waiting, of doubting, of telling yourself, maybe tomorrow. It's comfortable, familiar, safe, but it leads to the same place you've been before, frustrated, stuck, wondering why nothing has changed. Then, there's the other path. It's uncertain, uncomfortable, and full of challenges. It's the path where you wake up and push forward, even when you don't feel like it. It's where you silence the voice of doubt and take control. It's where you stop waiting for the perfect moment and create it instead. And right now, you have to choose. Will you let fear and doubt keep you where you are? Or will you take that first, uncomfortable step towards something greater? The hardest part isn't finishing the journey, it's starting it. Your heart races, your mind fights back with excuses. But deep down, you know the truth. If you want to change, but just when you think you're ready to take that step, something unexpected happens. Doubt doesn't just whisper, it roars. Suddenly, everything feels heavier. The fear of failure tightens its grip. What if you give it your all and still don't succeed? What if people judge you? What if, after all this effort, you end up right back where you started? And But then something shifts. You realize that this moment, right here, is the turning point. This is the test that determines whether you go back to your old habits or fight for something better. Because success isn't about avoiding obstacles, it's about learning how to overcome them. It's about standing firm when everything tries to knock you down. And now, the question isn't whether you can do it. The question is, will you? Will you break free from the excuses, the fears, the distractions? Or will you let this moment slip away like all the others before it? Everything has been leading to this. The choice is yours. What happens next will change everything. At first, nothing feels different. The progress is invisible, almost frustrating. But then something small happens. Maybe you wake up one morning and realize it's a little easier to get started. Maybe you push through a challenge that would have made you quit before. Maybe, for the first time in a long time, you actually feel proud of yourself. And just when you think you've figured it out, just when you believe you've conquered the hardest part, life throws one final test your way. A setback, bigger than before, the kind that makes you question everything. It could be a failure, an unexpected rejection, or a moment where all the progress you made feels like it's slipping away. This is it, the moment that would have stopped you in the past, the moment where most people give up. But this time, something is different. This time, you don't let the setback define you. Instead of seeing it as proof that you can't succeed, you see it as proof that you're in the middle of the process. That this struggle isn't the end, it's part of the journey. And with that realization, everything changes. You don't quit. You don't turn back. You keep going, knowing that every challenge, every failure, every moment of doubt is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Because real progress isn't about never falling, it's about never staying down. And then something shifts inside you. The setbacks, the failures, the moments of doubt, they no longer feel like barriers. They feel like proof that you are moving forward, that you are in the middle of something bigger than just this one moment. You start to see progress not as a straight path, but as a series of small, consistent steps. Some days will be harder than others, but every effort you make, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to where you want to be. You realize now that progress isn't about waiting for motivation or the perfect conditions. It's about showing up, even when it's hard. It's about making choices that align with who you want to become, rather than who you've been. It's about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. And as you look back, you see how far you've come. You remember the version of yourself that hesitated, that let fear dictate the next move. But that person is no longer in control. The one standing here now is stronger, more resilient, more willing to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. This journey isn't over. It never is. There will always be challenges, new obstacles, moments where doubt tries to creep back in. But now you know something you didn't before. You are capable. You are stronger than you think. And most importantly, you don't need to have everything figured out to take action. So you take a deep breath, look ahead, and step forward once again. Because now you understand the truth. Progress isn't about massive leaps. It's about the decision to keep going, every single day, no matter what.